everyone, good evening. It is always a distinct honor and a pleasure to be with you, to address you. I am Richie Barsamian, and I have the great privilege of being the chairman of the Brooklyn Republican Party. And I am also the endorsed candidate of the Conservative and Republican Party to take the City Council in District 45. As I look out into this room, I see many faces I know very well. I see many close friends. I see some Democrats. I see some former Democrats. I see some current Democrats. I see Republicans. I see conservatives. But you know what I see that really, really warms my heart, Willie? That brings me to the point where I know that irresponsible behavior is coming to an end. I see New Yorkers. I see New Yorkers concerned, upset, and frustrated that the people that they thought, Ronnie, represented them, the people that they ran to support and phone bank for and give out flyers for, Janine, they've turned their back on them. And I will ask you this question. In a nation as great as the United States of America, in a state as great as the state of New York, in the Big Apple, the city of New York, is there anyone in this room that can tell me why, for over 1,100 days, people that we used to celebrate and cheer about and bang pots on fire escapes and tell them we love them, they're heroes, why are they now unemployed and unable to meet their financial obligations? Did they commit a crime? No, they did not, ladies and gentlemen. Did they do something irresponsible for the position that they held? No. But you know what they did? They made a decision to have the sovereignty of their own body. They chose not to take a vaccination. And guess what, Kathy? They went from being heroes to being fired. That must not be allowed. It cannot continue to stand, because every one of these individuals, paramedics, corrections officer, my brothers and sisters in the police department, my brothers and sisters in the fire department, our teachers, can someone look at me, at us, eye to eye and tell me, well, for, what is it, almost 4 years now? Almost 4 years, these individuals have not had justice, their due process rights, their guaranteed unalienable constitutional safeguard? And the answer is they've been forgotten about. And I want to tell you this. The Republican Party did not forget about them. We will not. I will not. Now I switch to complete candidate for City Council. Same thing, by the way. Responsibility. R doesn't mean just Republican. It means responsible. So I come to you tonight with a very difficult situation. Ronnie, our city is in crisis. We're in tremendous state of fear. Does it make sense to anyone? Ronnie and I stood at a press conference together with really good elected officials. Does it make sense to anyone here to consider placing lithium-ion battery storage facilities in residential areas? And when you tell them it's a residential area, they tell you, no. You know what? We looked at the corner where we were on McDonald Avenue, right off Avenue X, just a couple Sundays ago. I see 6 family buildings, 4 family buildings, churches, mosques, synagogues, schools. So, ladies and gentlemen, irresponsible behavior cuts across all socioeconomic lines and all religions and people of faith. So I posed this question. All the elected officials stood next to me. We supported Ronnie, who supports us, who supports common sense. What do you do when the FDNY, unbelievable heroes, and I say this all the time, police and firefighters, if I came to you and I said to you, congratulations, you have a wonderful union job. Well, what do I do? Well, you see that building? One day it'll be on fire in awful darkness and people will be screaming. What do I do? You'll run into there. That's what firefighters do. But when they respond at the scene of an emergency along with the police, They have an idea of what to expect. Even the unexpected, they know how to deal with it. They're heroes. What do you tell them when they respond to the scene of a catastrophic explosion, where the street has been destroyed, where buildings have been brought down, the overhead transportation system is now affected, and you have a fire? Look it up, ladies and gentlemen, thermal runaway fires. What do you do when they tell you, battalion chief, lieutenant, firefighter, when do you think this will be extinguished? An hour, 2 hours? 3 to 7 days. So we should stand by while they release toxins into our neighborhoods. Repeat those words, ladies and gentlemen. Our neighborhoods, our homes, where our children go to school, where our families go to worship. The answer to every one of these preposterous and irresponsible things, the answer to the city of yes, it's a resounding no. And we will fight in every courtroom. The answer to battery storage, no. The answer to shelters that suddenly appear, but no one knows who's there, where will they be men, transitional, there'll be families. Well, we don't know, we're not sure. The answer to every irresponsible action is no. But here's how we back up no. We go to the polls. We go to the polls as Americans. We go to the polls as New Yorkers. So when you're sick and tired of your friend not getting her job back or his job back after years, when you're sick and tired of wall-to-wall dirt, grime, the abundance of graffiti, when you're sick and tired of hearing dangerous criminals released without bail, or people that were once considered adults thanks to raise the age, another wonderful gem, being released on our streets. I ask you this question, what do? Do we continue to hire attorneys and just use the court system? That's option one. But I'm bringing you option two. It's a much stronger option. Option two is unity. Do not allow them to split us up and say, we have to support the Democrat candidate or we have to support the Republican candidate. No, we do not. We have to support the Republican and conservative candidate that is in line with protecting our future, with protecting all New Yorkers. If you're a Democrat and you're unhappy, if you're a Democrat and you're frustrated, I don't care if you stay in your party, come over. Send them a message in the great, great, great words, may he rest in peace, of President Ronald Reagan. I did not leave the Democrat Party. The Democrat Party left me. So take your frustration and channel your energy and get your friends and say these words. Good thing Governor Hochul did a couple months ago. She flooded the New York City transit system with hundreds of police officers. And it's working. Crime is down in the subway system. But here's the problem. The criminals are waiting for the 6-month plan to come to an end. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't need a timeline. We don't need a chronological frame of action. We need police officers. Several years ago, when New York City was a shining oasis of safety, when the Big Apple was held high and brilliant for the whole world to see, we were almost 40,000 police officers. Do you know where we are roughly tonight? Just below 32,000, give or take. Is it acceptable to you that we have lost over 20% of our police force? And there are some that will say, but Mr. Chairman, candidate Richie, it's a budgetary problem. What? Was it a budgetary problem when they found billions of dollars to pay $500 a night for a hotel room? No. We have the will, we have the capacity to unite for powerful and effective change. It's coming up. I ask for your support because I, as chairman, endorsed Curtis Sliwa. Curtis Sliwa has endorsed me for the city council race. I am very, very proud of my lengthy friendship with Curtis Sliwa, founder of the Guardian Angels, who has served for 46 years to protect New Yorkers. And here is my platform. Upon entering the New York City Council as a proud and loud Republican, I will unite with those already there, members of our Common Sense Caucus, We'll be about a dozen if you bring me there and you bring some candidates with me, you return the incumbents to office. So we'll be, give or take, 1/5 of the 51. And maybe we'll get some more who are seeing common sense. And when we do that, we will cause change. We will support responsible people that have lost so much, that are frustrated. We will strongly oppose shelters going up where they shouldn't be without public input. We will immediately, read my palm cards, they're over there at the bar, an immediate hiring of 5,000 police officers. Immediate. We have the capacity to run the NYPD Academy on multiple shifts, 7 days a week. We know how to do it. The officers can be trained. You know how I know? We know how to do it? I did it myself 3.5 decades ago. I'm a proud member of the NYPD. And you know why I'm so proud? Because I love this city, and I love New Yorkers, and I served everyone. I protected them, and I did it every day with the most amount of integrity and honor that I could muster, because New York is worth it, and New Yorkers are worth it. We must not allow this to continue, and I know in my heart we will not. Democrats, Republicans, conservatives, bring your friends, meet them and tell them, with your help, we can make change at the polls. We can bring responsible people that will not only bring positive laws. For instance, one of my plans under the SPA, the Senior Protection Act, is to guarantee all New Yorkers, 65 and over, free bus service. Why are we not offering this? Why do we find the political will and the money to do things that do not benefit people that are part of the foundation of our great city? Any senior New Yorker should get out of their house, go to a bus, and we can do it. We do it with school-age children. So no one tell me, well, that's a state, it's the MTA. Nonsense. When you have leadership and you have a strong voice, you have the capacity to stop and eradicate irresponsible behavior. And we will do it. I do not want any Christian or any Muslim or any Jewish child to be afraid of their faith. I do not want anyone to suffer the attacks of hatred, because at the end of the day, we are all Americans, we are all New Yorkers, we're all human beings. And before I say thank you and ask for your support, and ask all of you to place me into the New York City Council and give me the honor of my lifetime, second to meeting my wife, by the way, I want to clarify that. I ask you to remember this every day. Where is Anthony with the great voice? Anthony, your voice is magnificent. Thank you. Thank you for honoring our flag. Do not be afraid. Do not let anyone tell you that you can't say shalom or assalamu alaikum or Merry Christmas. You have the right to say in a respectful way, and you have the right to worship where you want and when you want. But remember this one thing, and I leave you physically, never emotionally, with this thought. We turn to the flag, Willie, and we always say these words. They're part of our childhood. One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ladies and gentlemen, we may have liberty, but without justice for all, we do not have equality. Justice demands that the people who lost their job for not taking a vaccination be returned to their position. Justice demands that due process rights be extended to everyone. And justice demands that pro-criminal policies and whoever supports them is removed from office, and they hear your voice. Join me. Together, we will bring responsibility back to our government. May God bless and protect all of you, and God bless the United States of America and the state of New York. Thank you.